Do you keep losing money in meme coins? And do you want to know how to potentially profit 10 or even 100x on your meme coin investments? Let's break that down in this video. Make sure you guys stay till the end to get some important information on something that most people are getting wrong. The first way to make a ton of money with meme coins is to get in early. This might seem straightforward, but let me explain what I mean. Initially, meme coins have been seeing some major rallies, even in smaller ones. This is obviously a large one behind me with PSYOP as an example, but if you got in super early, the price ended up exploding, going up basically 300%. Some of those went up way higher. Here's Grumpy Cats, for example. If you look at these low price points, you can see the price went up way higher. There's a dramatically increase in the price of Grumpy Cats. You guys can see behind me, you'd be making basically 10x on this one if you sold at the peak. Wojak also had some major price action where you could get in super low and see some absolutely massive returns, over 5x easily, and if you got in at the lower points, basically over 20x. So if you got in early and you sold off of these major run-ups, you made a lot of money. Now the mistake people make is that they try and hold these meme coins for a long period of time. Meme coins are essentially short-term trades. You need to, at least in my opinion, you need to be trading meme coins, get in, get out really quick. If you see some major gains, take the profits and get out. Yeah, sure, maybe you miss out on a Pepe, where Pepe went from basically 0 to 100 million to a billion to $1.6 billion market cap. But that's the only one pretty much, or one of the only ones that's done a major run up like that. A lot of other meme coins, they'll maybe go 1 million, 10 million, 20 million. That's where they'll cap out. And so it's really good to take your profits. If you want to take your moon bag and keep that and then sell some others for profits, do that, whatever you want to do, but take some kind of profits off of major run-ups, because a lot of times you'll see these kind of trends where, look at Wojak, went up insane, you could have made 20x, but if you didn't sell, you're basically back down to those lows right now where it started. You'd be back down, and that trend is similar with these other ones. Grumpy Cat, for example, it's up a little bit higher than where it initially started, but you're definitely way down from where it peaked off. PSYOP, same thing. This is a trend for a lot of them. Even Pepe, you can see Pepe was way low down in this lower price point. Some people bought it around here. If you wrote it up here, you probably wanted to sell somewhere in this time range. You're not going to time the top perfectly. No one ever does that. But when you get some massive gains, whatever's right for you, maybe it's a 5x, a 10x, 100x, whatever you're looking forward to, make sure you take the gains when that happens, when it hits your threshold that you want it to hit. Because a lot of these, you can see it's come back down dramatically. And this brings me into point number 2. But before we get into that, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you enjoy content just like this. Now, point number 2, you can see I have this buy here marker on this line right in here. The reason why I have that is number 2 way to make money is to buy after it peaks, it dips back down and starts going back up. You can see this is what I'm looking for with Pepe. I'm basically wanting to buy Pepe down here when it's dipped down a lot from the all-time highs. You can see the all-time highs way up here. Right now, we're down roughly about 70% from those all-time highs. So a dramatic decrease in value. My goal here, buy low. If it goes back up to all-time highs, great. I can make a lot of money. If it doesn't, then I bought really low. Because the mistake a lot of people make is they see it start to run and that's when they buy in. They see, oh, it's running up right here. Let me buy right here, for example. That's what a lot of people did. So they saw it start to run up a lot. Then they're like, oh, okay, this thing is legitimate. Let me buy in now. And that's the problem. If you did that, you'd be down right now dramatically unless you timed that top, which again, really hard to time the top. So it's good to get in early, sell it at the peak, or after it peaks off, buy in later. Here's another example. Ben, this is another really hot cryptocurrency that's been out. Peaked off initially, dipped in value. This would have been a good buy. Time was down here because then you could sell it on this next peak. And then a third example is Elmo. This is a cryptocurrency we've talked about on this channel that has done really well. I ended up waiting, peaked out up here. I ended up buying down right around this range, then ended up selling right around up here. And so I was able to buy it lower, sell it higher. I probably should have sold on this one, then I could have bought again. You could do that. You could make swing trades, buy it low, sell it high. Really easy stuff here. The problem, of course, is sometimes it doesn't happen. As we look with some of these other examples, Wojak, for example, it peaked off and it hasn't had another explosive growth. Now, maybe it will. And this is something that when I bought some Wojak just a little while ago, is something I'm hoping forward to. So I want to see Wojak explode in price again, just like Ben, just like Elmo, just like some of these other ones that are doing that second big push. And so this second method, this is something that a lot of people are overlooking. What they're seeing is, oh, well, it peaked off, for example, with Wojak. The price went up, it peaked off, it's down a lot. Why are you buying when it's down? That doesn't make any sense. And again, the idea here is that you buy it when it's down a lot and you resell it. Because, for example, with this Elmo one, you're talking 1 cent down here, almost 3 cents up here. You could be getting a 3x off that. And by doing this, maybe you're not going to get the 100x gains as if you had bought in right before the cryptocurrencies blow up, like with Grumpy Cat, like with Wojak. Maybe you're not going to see those insane returns, but you can still make a lot of money by doing this. And the important thing is don't buy once it becomes popular. once some of these things are hitting these top trending lists, a lot of times they're getting close to capping out. So be very careful buying some of those, because yes, those are hot, but they're already hot because there's tons of volume, tons of buying pressure, and the price is already running up a lot already. So you got to be very careful with these different ones. Here's a great one right here. The number 2 one, Rick. You can see Rick behind me. Here's this cryptocurrency. It exploded in growth. It's already starting to come back down, but right now it's up 5,000% from when it first launched. You could have made absolutely insane money if you bought it when it first launched, but if you end up buying after it started to pump because you saw, wow, this thing's exploding, right now you'd be break even or losing money if you did that. So you got to be very careful buying after something's already exploding. In this case scenario, you would have wanted to buy here in the first basically 2-hour range. That way you could have profited significantly when it exploded in value. Of course, that's very risky too. You got to be very careful with that. Now, another important thing that you need to do when you're investing in meme coins is be careful with your investment. Try and avoid scams. And the best way to make sure that you guys avoid scams, it's literally a 1-minute process. We're going to walk through this together right now. This could save you thousands of dollars. So many people have come in my chats, live streams, comment section and said, wow, if I had only known this, I could have saved hundreds or thousands of dollars with their different investments. So what you want to do when you find a cryptocurrency, either it's early and you're wanting to get in, or it's pumped up a lot and it's down low in value, you want to get in hoping for a second pump. Regardless of what you're trying to do, just simply come over here, copy the token contract. We're just going to copy that, copy the token contract, come over to Token Sniffer, paste it in here and load that up. I already loaded this one up. You can see Elmo. You want to see that has a good score, and the things that you're looking for, the main things you're looking for is right in here, the swap analysis. You want to make sure the token is sellable. It is not a honeypot, at least not at this time. That's really important because some of these are honeypot scams where you can't sell the cryptocurrency. Now, depending on the different ones, maybe it has a sell tax, buy tax. That's something that Elmo does, is they ended up burning part of their part of the tax. So that's something that they want to do. But you want to also see verified contract source, creators not authorized for special permission, ownership or announced, or source does not contain an owner contract. These are absolutely key aspects to make sure that you don't get scammed, because if the ownership is not revoked, if you do not have ownership revoked, they can mint 1,000 times the total supply. They could dilute your tokens, basically mint a ton, give them to yourself, and sell them off. And they could dramatically decrease the value of a cryptocurrency. If they also have control over the contract, they can make it into a honeypot. So a lot of red flags happen if the ownership is not revoked. So be very careful there. You also want to check and see how much does the creator wallet have. You want to make sure the creator wallet doesn't have like 90% of the tokens. That is another major red flag. You also want to see all holders possess less than 5%. That's not as important because sometimes exchanges will get 10, 20% of the token supply, which means that it's those users on the exchange platform. It's not one single holder. So you want to check and see if there's one single holder. And those are the main things you want to look forward to. Liquidity is also important to have, but it's less important. Sometimes there's scams that happen because of that, but it's not as critical as these other ones. The other ones are absolutely essential. I will not touch a project if it's a honeypot because I am guaranteed to lose my money. I will not touch projects if the ownership is not renounced, because that is really scary. Because the only reason why you would not renounce ownership is because they plan to mint new coins or change something fundamental about the smart contract, which you do not want to have happen. Generally speaking, it's not a good sign if that is not renounced, especially because meme coin teams are anonymous. We don't know who they are. So if they do something malicious, you cannot go after them. There's no repercussions for them if they scam you. So this is something you want to make sure, because if they do that, they cannot really scam you. It's going to be very difficult. And so these are the critical things if you want to make a ton of money off meme coins. Almost everyone is doing one of those two strategies. Either get in early and sell it after a major run-up, or buy after the major run-up when the price declines, hoping for a second major run-up. That is pretty much how everyone is profiting. Long-term holding with meme coins is not going to end well for 99% of the scenarios. I think Pepe will stay around. I think Pepe will still be here in a year, but I think 99% of these meme coins will not be a thing in a year. I think they will be dead. So be very, very careful trying to hold meme coins long term. I believe these are short-term trades, and that's the best way to trade meme coins. And also just spend the minute, do the due diligence, make sure you're not investing in a scam, because so many people have lost millions of dollars this meme coin season investing in scams. And if you want to learn about some meme coins that I think have great potential for one of those two opportunities to make money, check out this video up here, and I'll catch you on the next one.